Coming out of 2022, we won the championship. We're on the ultimate high. And then we came into 2023, and it was our toughest season yet. We went all season long without winning. So to go from that high to that low it's very difficult. It teaches you a lot about your team, though. And this group that I had around me, this David Grubnick run team, these guys stayed motivated. We all stayed motivated start to finish. There was never a moment where we didn't believe we couldn't win. And we pushed all the way till the end. So finishing 2023 without a win, it was tough, but it motivated us going into the next season, 2024.
The road starts in Gainesville. First run of the season. Let's try to set the tone for the season on a high note. All right, Gainesville coming around the corner. Here we go. It is time for our first Nitro session of 2024. Are you ready? They brought John Collins in, JC, to shore up the team, and they're expecting this thing to be back in championship form. .379, 331 miles an hour. Brittany goes storming into round number 2. Salinas left, Force right, winner goes to the final. .378, 329 miles an hour. It's going to be Brittany Force. .371, check out the speed, 335.73 miles an hour, and Brittany Force goes to the top.
Hello. How you doing? John Force Racing here. We got all our teams.
John Force here, my daughter Brittany,
Hello.
Mr. Hendricks, and Austin Brock. The kid keeps taking me out every week, but he's doing a great job, so we're excited to be part of your show.
We were all really excited when HendrickCars.com partnered up with John Force Racing. That's huge, not just for me as a driver, but NHRA drag racing. Hendrick is such a legendary name in all of motorsports. We're very proud to be teamed up with them. Touring Hendrick Motorsports, my team will say that is the highlight of our season. That was so exciting for all of us. You know, we got to tour the facility and meet Jeff Gordon. He was the one that actually toured us around and showed us everything. And then at the end of the day, we got on a FaceTime with Hendrick himself, and he wished us good luck going into the weekend. And it was a really cool, special moment to do that with all of our teams.
Now with HendrickCars.com, you know, you find those colors. Did that add any extra, like, you know, pressure to you, knowing like, hey, having this big name, I have to go out and perform?
There's always added pressure each weekend, whether it's, you know, you're debuting a new paint scheme, a new sponsor, or your boss is there that weekend and he's standing on the line next to you, or you're in the hunt for a championship, or you're in a final round, or it's first round. It doesn't matter what it is. There's always added pressure, and you just have to find a way to work around it and use it as an advantage to make you better on the racetrack. When HendrickCars.com came on, we were so excited about it. But yes, it's a very big responsibility. We want to make them proud. We are teammates with them. We represent them. We want to represent them well, which means we want to turn 4 win lights on and get them in the winner's circle.
How about a big welcome to Nitro for Rick Hendrick, the 16-time NASCAR Championship team owner with the HendrickCars.com platform, jumping on board the 2-time world champion Chevrolet of Brittany Force.
Tire smoke for Langdon. He is out, but it is a 3-horse race to the finish, and that race to the finish will place Brittany Force on a hole shot and Antron Brown cleanly into the next round. Hole shot advantage for Force over Steve Torrance.
The two-time Top Fuel World Champion Brittany Force stares down the 1,000-foot track here at Route 66 Raceway. A legion of fans in the grandstands hoping that she can make it into the show.
Will Brittany race on Sunday? Hays the tires through the middle, runs 410 at 264 miles an hour. For the first time since Pomona 2014, Brittany will not be a part of final eliminations.
That weekend in Chicago was really disappointing for me as a driver and you know, this whole entire Peak team. We were very proud to debut a Peak Top Fuel Dragster in our pits, in John Force Racing's pits, and to have a matching car to my dad. I mean, nothing was cooler than that, to have side-by-side two Peak cars in our John Force Racing pits. And to come out to the event and not qualify was extremely disappointing. It was heartbreaking. We hadn't not qualified. I can't remember the last time we didn't qualify. But sometimes, you know, you go down these paths and you hit road bumps, you hit speed bumps, and you have to find a way around them. Yes, we didn't qualify. We accepted that. We went in, looked at all our runs and figured out where we made mistakes, how we can improve next time. And moving forward, it's how do we come back from this? How does this make us stronger? How does this make us better? How does this make us more prepared so it doesn't happen again? So I always try to find the positive, even in the negatives.
We got 3 poles, they're all set up.
Oh, they're already set up?
Brittany, ma'am, make sure this pole is inside that pole, like squeeze them together.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my. That's not right.
Did you have one, Jim? Yeah. God dang.
Good luck, my luck. Alright, here it is. Alright.
What do you do when you
Kind of yank on it. Oh, that's when you get a bite, yeah. Right now you just reel it in kind of slow, steady.
I got the big one.
This team that I have around me are some of the best guys I've ever worked with. And you're on the road 20 events out of a season. We're even gone longer than that. I mean, you live out of a suitcase, you're in and out of a hotel. Your team becomes your family. Those guys are my brothers, they're my family, and it's very important that we spend time together. I think it makes our team stronger when we all have this close relationship rather than, you know, we're button heads, we can't get along. So away from the racetrack, we try to go out and, you know, do things together, whether it's team dinners, we've gone fishing. We try to squeeze some kind of activity or something in away from the racetrack where we could just hang out and, you know, just spend time with each other. And that weekend, you know, even though it was a tough weekend, Narciso Bravo on my team, he's very good about bringing everybody's energy back up, especially after a tough weekend. So he grabbed his fishing poles, grabbed all of us, and we went out to the pond and went fishing that day. It definitely made the weekend better.
No! Yo! Oh my gosh, put him back in! Throw it back in! I don't know if I got a hook. We'll get the next one.
This is a big one.
I'm sorry.
Brittany's going to take it all the way to the house, and Brittany Force goes 371.5, 335.57 miles an hour. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the fastest run in Top Fuel Eliminator in the history of New England Dragway.
This is why John Force puts so much trust in a tuner. This tuner is setting up a car, setting up an engine that's going to catapult his daughter down this racetrack.
Brittany's car trying to push itself right. What a great ball, a huge fireball. Justin Ashley explodes an engine at the top end, and Brittany Force has taken out the points leader in the first round. And it's Billy smoking the tires. Brittany goes on 382.0, 320 miles an hour. It's exactly what this team needs. It needs repetition. It needs these round wins.
Tony driving around a little bit. Brittany's going to go 396, 316 miles an hour, and she will win the Too Fast, Too Tasty.
Angel Sampey, the brand ambassador for Mission Foods, put the medallion around Brittany Force's neck for the first time ever, which kind of surprised all of us. You joined your Hendrick.com's teammate, Greg Anderson, and both getting your victory today. What turned around for this team?
We really figured something out a few weekends ago in Bristol. We saw a big movement, big change in the car, and we went to the semifinals. We really been struggling, for a while, all last season, this season, and we're starting to turn a corner. This was huge for our team. This Mission Foods win, this is what our team needs to keep us pumped up, keep us motivated, keep us going. This Hendrickcar.com. Love this car, love this team, Monster Energy, Cornwall Tools, all our sponsors, Chevy. Thank you so much. It's crazy because after, coming out of a tough 2023 season and then continuing into 2024 where we've had a kind of tough season, this team finally went forward and won our first ever Too Fast, Too Tasty event in Richmond, Virginia. We were excited about that, and it's with everything that continued to happen, it got completely forgotten about. It's actually something I forgot about until I saw photos months later where someone reminded me, oh, when you won the Too Fast, Too Tasty, and I'd completely forgotten about it with my dad's wreck that happened that weekend.
An absolutely brutal disaster of a crash for John Force. The car exploded, it blew the body off it, and it came across the racetrack and made violent contact with the left wall. It is skidding to a stop now as the NHRA Safety Safari has already mobilized itself to respond at the top end. Boy, that is as bad a one you're going to find out here. They have now gotten John on a stretcher and will load him into an ambulance. You can clearly see he is alert. He is communicating. He's just sat up under his own power here. It is now you can see Austin Prock is down there. Brittany Force is now down there. Certainly their concerns are paramount to John's safety. But the Safety Safari doing what they have done since the inception of NHRA drag racing, as the concern is very, very readily available on Brittany's face. She's going to climb in the ambulance with her father.
This sport, we know the dangers that comes with the sport. It's just the territory that you can wreck, you can hurt yourself, and that's why we've spent John Force Racing has dedicated so much time to building safer race cars, and I believe these cars are safe, but sometimes things just go wrong and they're out of your control.
There's the competitiveness of being a driver and there's the emotion of being a daughter. How do you separate the two in these moments?
It's something that's tough to go out there and see what happened. It's never easy, but we know that's a part of the drill. That's how this sport goes. My dad's going to be okay. I was in the ambulance with him holding his hand, and he's one of the toughest people I know. So he'll bounce back like he always does. And I wouldn't be his daughter. I wouldn't be his daughter if I wasn't back up here in that car trying to win this thing with this team for him.
Is Summit Motorsports Park, one of the nation's finest drag strips, and where today we will contest the 10th race of the NHRA Mission Foods Drag Racing Series Tour, the Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Nationals. The fans are flooding in from all directions, and they are doing so to watch great action on the racetrack, but they will also be greeted with the spectacular news of an improving John Force. We have received an update on the 16-time NHRA Funny Car World Champion, and it is more positive than anything we have heard since his horrendous crash last week. Here's what the family sent today. Following days of failed attempts, his wife and daughters were overcome with emotion when John Force murmured his name and later, when prompted, gave a thumbs up. Continuing with this news, he's repeatedly tried to get out of bed. His doctors have humorously described him as a raging bull. However, he recognized his daughters, his wife Lori, called them each by name and spoke the words, "I love you," and reportedly volunteered the fact that he is a 16-time world champion. The fans this weekend have showed their support via signatures, on massive banners, on toolboxes. They have sent their well wishes. They have walked solemnly by the John Force Racing pit area, but everybody is under great relief today to learn that the man is conscious, the man is trying to climb his way out of a hospital bed, and that everybody is pulling for his return. Austin Prock will be the solo driver for John Force Racing on this momentous weekend for the team. Amanda Busick joins the broadcast with Austin Prock in the pits.
So from the hospital in VCU, I made the decision to sit out Norwalk. I was not going to go to Norwalk. I was going to stay with my family. I was going to stay with my dad. And my whole team supported me. I'm very lucky to have a team that supported that decision because we're in the hunt for a championship. We all want to win a championship, but family is top priority over everything. So missing that race, we didn't have that automatic in to the countdown. Now we had to fight our way in. And we've already had a tough season. We've had a tough season where we've struggled. We didn't qualify. We sat out Norwalk. So now we had to fight to get into this countdown. And it came down to the final race. It was Indy, the U.S. Nationals, the biggest race of the year. We were fighting because the only reason we're out here is to chase the championship.
Charging run at 374 at 334 miles an hour.
We were grabbing as many bonus points as we could.
Antron driving to the right side of the group, and Brittany 333 miles an hour, and Brittany Force is your new #1 qualifier.
And we locked ourselves in.
Langdon is out, but here comes Brittany at the stripe. Wind light on for Brittany Force. 370 outruns a 372.
A Schumacher and a Force. Round 2 and in. Whoa, Tony Schumacher double stepped. Then Brittany Force will race for the championship in 2024. She is locked into the countdown.
It's not the way we wanted to do it. It was definitely a high pressure situation, and it was just nerve-wracking the whole weekend, but we got the job done. We accomplished what we needed to. I got to sign that board and we locked into the countdown.
What are you gonna do it properly though? Yeah. Oh yeah, because I forgot there's weird. Oh, I just pulled something out.
So now we're in the hunt for a championship. It's the final 6 races. So we put our season behind us, we take a deep breath, and now it's kind of, let's refocus. It's anybody's game now. All the points have reset. We can chase this thing down, we could still win it.
Survey says a 369 at 334 miles an hour for Brittany Force. That is the #1 qualifying run of the night.
Top fuel car right now in Dallas. Look at Brittany. 366! Look at the speed. 338 miles per hour. Brittany Force yards the field in ET and in speed. The second fastest run of the season in top fuel.
We come right in the countdown, and honestly our countdown was pretty strong. We started to see this car turning a corner. We were picking up #1 qualifiers, which was huge. We were going rounds, we were turning on wind lights on race day.
Spencer Hyde red lights. And Brittany Force goes 376 at 334 miles per hour.
Welcome back to NHRA Drag Racing. Standing between the 2 cars that hold the top 2 positions in points, Austin Prock to his right, his own machine, Jack Beckman to the left, John Force is back. Doug on the throttle, Brittany 367.5, 366.74. Brittany Force absolutely throws one down.
.660. 334 miles an hour. Brittany Force was already #1, and she'll stay there, obviously.
That weekend was something very special. I always believe that everything happens for a reason. You know, you have these highs in life and you have these lows, you have these ups and downs, but everything happens for a reason. And after my dad's wreck, I came back with so much heart, wanting to win a race for him, bring a trophy back to the hospital for him. And we still continued to struggle. And in that moment when we pulled into Las Vegas and my whole family came out, my dad was there, I just had a good feeling. I knew we were going to win Las Vegas. We'd won it before, we've been successful there before, but now everything seemed to make sense. And we turned 4 win lights on race day, we doubled up with Austin Prock, and my dad was on the starting line to be a part of all of it.
They snap off the starting line and Coletta smokes the tires for the first time since the 2022 season right here at this racetrack. Brittany Force has won to the elation of her mom Lori and dad John on the starting line. One half of a potential John Force Racing double up has been completed.
So if I were to summarize this entire season, I would say one team. John Force Racing is one team. And not that we didn't already know that, but it really showed itself this season. We had a lot of highs and we had a lot of lows. Like some of the biggest lows that we've ever had. The highs are easy to celebrate. They're easy to pull the team together and celebrate those highs, those wins. It's how do you overcome those lows? And watching John Force Racing and how we all came together and support each other and put the past behind us and move forward is something I've never seen before. I'm extremely proud of all of these guys. I'm proud to call them my teammates, and to see what John Force Racing accomplished this year and move past this year is something I think is really incredible.
.364.3. Brittany Force goes to #1 by 1,000th of a second and resets the quickest run of the season.
I've gotten licensed in my car. I think my car driver is insane. I'm very happy in my top fuel car.
Go win this thing.